The highest state of mind in life is to allow everything to happen. You need to allow yourself to make mistakes. Allow yourself to look at the wrong person. Allow the person you love not to love you back. Accept that sometimes you put all your effort into it, but the result is zero. Only when you allow and accept all of that will life be truly light and peaceful. On the contrary, if you don't, your whole life will be struggling in the sea of suffering. There is a famous saying in psychology, what you accept will disappear. What you resist will remain. The pain and torment inside us mostly come from not allowing things to happen. You always think that everything must happen according to your expectations. But when life is not as you dream, suffering immediately arises. For example, when their children do not meet their expectations, many parents immediately think that their children are stubborn, headstrong, and disobedient. But in fact, when you see your child being stubborn, it is because you are intruding on his life lessons. In Adlerian psychology, there is a very important principle called problem separation. Adler's point of view is that all conflicts in relationships originate from you interfering in other people's problems or your problems being intruded by others. Just knowing how to clearly separate what is your business and what is other people's business will change greatly in all relationships. For example, when you see the relationship between you and your child is too tense, it is very likely that you are stealing your child's problems. You want your child to live according to your own wishes while your child, to protect his own boundaries, is forced to resist. So the more you fight, the more tense it becomes. But if you adjust your mindset, as long as it is not illegal or immoral, let your child be himself. At that time, you will see that your child is no longer as stubborn as before. Or in marriage, we often think that suffering is caused by the other person. We hope that the other person will change so that we will stop suffering and that they will become the ideal version in our eyes. But the truth is, every relationship is a mirror reflecting our childhood attachment patterns. When you crave a response from the other person, it is the delusion of a child who is not responded to by his parents. When you fear being abandoned, it is also the shadow of a child who lacked love. You hope that the current love will heal the wounds of the past, but true love is not compensation, but maturity. No one wants to be controlled or changed. The only thing you can do is to identify the patterns within yourself. See what you have, what you lack, and then learn to compensate, heal, and nurture yourself. When you understand yourself better, you will see that everything outside will gradually change as well. Remember, the more you want to control something, the more it controls you. On the contrary, when you no longer demand anything, the whole world is suddenly in your hands. Therefore, the highest realm in life is to allow everything to happen. Let flowers be flowers, trees be trees. So how to practice this mentality? The key lies in separating the problem and following nature. Always ask yourself, whose problem is this? What is my responsibility? What is the other person's part? And then soberly set boundaries not to interfere in other people's business and not to let others encroach on yours. Simply put, take care of your own business and respect other people's business. For example, choosing a life partner who you choose to love, who you marry, is your problem. That decision will shape your future life and marriage, and you must be responsible for the results. Your child's education, will you study or not? Will you pass the university entrance exam or not? That is your problem. Parents cannot take responsibility for you. The clear boundary is, everyone takes care of their own business. That is also following nature. You cannot force water to flow backwards or force air to sink. Life is the same. There are things that are inherently beyond your control. If you keep demanding everything to be as you expect, you are falling into egoism, and that is the source of all suffering. There are many things in this life that cannot be controlled. Relationships are also complicated. Whether you are afraid or not, it is still the same. The best thing you can do is let it go. Remember, in this life there are 3 types of things: other people's business, God's business, and your own business. The only thing you can change is yourself. If you waste your time trying to change others or your fate, even if you live to be 80 years old, you will still be stuck in failure. But if you know how to invest in yourself, you will not only change your destiny, but can even be reborn again. Thank you for listening.